Okay, so I'm if I told you that I didn't want to make this video, it'd be lying. I wanted to make this video because the way that she goes around trying to claim that she's a person of color really ticks me off, and I already have a bone to pick with the way she makes her content. So let's go ahead and get into it. So for those who have been following the commentary thing for a while, and bear in mind, I am not commentary, and I don't plan on being commentary, but I just want to get my 2 cents on this issue because the audacity of this lady, it really boggles the mind. Now, for those of you who don't know, Suzy Liu is a quote unquote anime content creator. I say that loosely, and we'll get into that later. Who is currently trying to defend, from what I heard, someone who is known to be a abuser and animal abuser. And as an owner of 3 dogs, I don't approve or condone animal abuse in any way, shape, or form. So the audacity of her to try and defend this person on the basis of color is it's pretty dumbfounded. Anyways, we're gonna get into what you see on the screen right now, and I just did a cursory glance through it, and oh my god, she gets so much wrong. So first off, she gets into her little quick thread here about if you're going to scream and shout at YouTube for allowing people of color to be harassed. And to be honest, YouTube doesn't really they don't allow it anyways. I mean, they had like a whole thing where they had like African American content creators at like the front page of their website. So this is kind of a non thing here. She then has to the audacity to try and loop herself into this group of people of color. Like, have you looked into a mirror lately? You aren't that you don't really apply to this group. And where she says here that she has to speak up against harassment, look, first off, I've been loosely following the controversy surrounding her, and truth be told, everything that got thrown her way, for the most part, is deserved, except for any death threats that she get, which, granted, is probably going to happen. Those are undeserved. No one deserves to get death threats. But, anyways, moving, I'm getting ahead of myself. She's trying to twist all that like criticism into a sort of like victim mentality, as if she was a victim of all this harassment. Now, granted, you should have just taken the L and learned from it, and you kind of did, but kind of didn't, in the form of, oh, I don't know, basically fading your anime videos to basically be near transparent. Any cuts that you've done are basically for you to dry laugh. And overall, the content that you do when it comes to watching your videos is incredibly dry. Having watched like a couple of your videos, it's basically almost uncut full episodes of like Naruto, which, I mean, anyone with a Crunchyroll account can watch that, even for free, if I remember correctly. The final thing here is when you say people of color, I was expecting, some more people that are, I don't know, Asian, Latino, heck, African American, but instead you go for Gabby, Hannah, Alinity, and Pokimane. And if you didn't notice, all 3 of them, how do I put it this way? They are probably some of the whitest looking people I have ever seen. Now, granted, Gabby Hanna is partially Lebanese, and I guess Pokimane and Alinity both come from overseas. But for the most part, their heritage is they look like the most whitewashed people you could think of. If you could think of like any other like minorities, okay, you win. But no, you decided to pick these 3 who all, have this basically funny enough, they all got a bunch of hate. I don't know about Gabby Hanna. I know that Alinity and Pokimane both are getting a bunch of criticism that, for what I feel like, is either very legitimate or unfounded reasons, but that's neither here or there. But of all the people you could have chosen for your people of color argument, you chose the most whitewashed people you could think of, and that just comes off as cheap. Finally, you have no right to claim that you are a person of color. You are, like I said, the pastiest white person I've ever seen, and the only way you can consider yourself a person of color is if you blackfaced yourself, and you would more than likely get canceled for that. You deserved all of the criticism that you got, and honestly a little more, because you honestly didn't learn from your lesson. You basically are doing the same thing over and over again, and you just tweak the formula. Anyways, this is pretty much my 2 cents on the entire situation. I really don't like Suzy Lou. It's a shitty situation, and you kind of put yourself there, and you're digging yourself a hole by claiming that you're a person of color when you are well and truly not. I'm a person of color, and I can say that with a questionable amount of pride. But anyways, this is pretty much the end of the video. Thank you for sticking along this far. And if you like what you hear, I don't know, talk about it. If you like Airsoft, I got a whole bunch of other reviews and that sort of stuff. Take care. See you in the next video.